This last inductee is, I'm happy to say, also a pal, but somebody that I admired from afar for a good few years before I got to know him. And he is a writer who has somehow taken the threads of the tradition and woven them into a tapestry of his own creativity. He's brought a new way of expressing songs that are both politically tough occasionally, they're always heartfelt, and you always know that when you listen to a Paul Brady song, you're listening to something that comes from him. And that's a rare talent. Very often people write as a craft and they write as something which is, you know, to some kind of formula, and unfortunately that happens quite a lot in our business. Paul Brady, through his connection to his own tradition out of Strabane and all of Donegal and up there on that part of the world where they talk funny. Oh, come on, I'm from Limerick, for God's sake. Paul Brady has woven all of that into an expression, in a modern expression. As he searched for his own voice, we've watched him as creators of music and as consumers of music grow into an artist that we're extremely proud of. He's a singer, songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, and he's one of Ireland's most popular artists. He was, from an early age, he was exposed to a very wide range of music. A 50s child, his first sounds were the swing, jazz show tunes from light opera, and light opera from his parents' generation. And then rock and roll, the 60s, pop and Motown, blues, R&B, and country and western. Through all this ran the potent flavor, as I said, of Irish traditional music and song. After playing with a series of blues and R&B bands in the 60s, while at UCD in Dublin, he went professional with the popular Irish folk group, the Johnstons, moving to England with them in 1969. I remember admiringly as they entered the British charts, and I just thought, my God, you know, we're doing it. This is so important when we have an artist who makes it abroad. It sort of validates ourselves and also gives us hope, and Paul was one of the first to do that. Moving on into 1974, he joined Planxty, one of the most lauded Irish folk bands in the 70s, and on its winding up, he toured and recorded with Andy Irvine, until in 1978, he went solo with his own album, Welcome Here, Kind Stranger, which won the UK's Melody Maker Folk Album of the Year. In a development surprising to most observers at the time, Paul suddenly changed direction, and in '81, with the seminal album of his own songs, Hard Station, he entered the world of contemporary songwriting. Since then, he enjoyed a career as a band leader, solo performer, songwriter, arranger, producer, which has taken him all over the world. In that time, he has released 15 albums of his own songs, around 80 of which have been covered by other artists, including Take a Deep Breath, Tina Turner, Bonnie Raitt, David Crosby, Santana, Cher, Phil Collins, Cliff Richard, Joe Cocker, Carole King, John Prine, Brooks and Dunn, Ronan Keating, Phil Coulter, Joe Dolan, Maura O'Connell, Mary Black, and many more. Well done, Paul Brady. In the past few years, Paul has been honoured with Lifetime Achievement Awards from IMRO, the British Academy of Composers and Songwriters, and BBC Radio 2 Folk Awards. The University of Ulster, his home province, has conferred on him an honorary doctorate, Dr. Brady. Gives prescriptions out afterwards. The invitation to join the IMRO Academy is his latest and most welcome, coming as it does from his own peers, who he has always admired and respected, and they wrote that. Will you welcome, please, Paul Brady?
Thank you. Well, I was struck with terror when I saw everybody pulling pieces of paper out of their pockets. I just flew in today, so I have no speech at all. But I want to say this, that I feel really happy and at home among this whole gathering tonight of Irish musicians, writers, the whole Irish music thing. I just feel so great. Bill mentioned earlier on the disadvantages we have because of our position between Britain and America and all that kind of cultural imperialism that infects us. But in another way, I've always seen that as a wonderful thing, because we had all that stuff coming in, but we made our own thing out of it. And for the whole of my upbringing, I have loved being part of the Irish music thing, from the show bands in the 60s right through to the whole 70s thing with the Boomtown Rats, U2, Dada, Phil Lynott, and the folk thing and all that. This is a wonderful, rich culture we have here in this country, and it's wonderful now to see that we're finally, admiring our own, myself excluded, of course. No, but really, sorry. We've so long been kind of, whatever happens abroad is better and all this kind of stuff, but we have it all here. And I'm so pleased to be here tonight and to be honored by this. And that's all I'm going to say. And I'm going to sing a song or two now. Thank you. Thanks. Now, this song, I don't know where this song came from. Like a lot of my songs, sometimes I get asked to do songwriting workshops and stuff, particularly in America, like, let's do a songwriting workshop. And I end up going, I don't know what to say, because I don't know how to write songs. I have no methodology. I have no formula. This song happens this way, the next song happens another way. I haven't a clue how to write songs. I just sort of blurt my way through the whole process, and songs come out. Some of them come very hard. You go down the mine and you're digging with a pickaxe for months before the thing comes out. And sometimes songs just come to you and they write themselves. So this first one was one of the former. I don't know how I wrote this song or why I wrote this song, other than the fact that I'm from Northern Ireland and I'm from the nationalist community, and we've always had in our DNA a kind of ambivalence about the whole situation that happened in the 60s and 70s, and this song, we've all had to grow out of that and find our own relationship with what happened then, and this song was my way of finding my way out of that ambivalence. It's a song called The Island. I have to say before I start, I have a habit of writing songs, music that I can't play myself. So whatever happens during this song, I apologize. Okay. They say the skies of Lebanon are burning, those mighty cedars bleeding in the heat. They're showing pictures on the television, women and children dying in the street. And we're still out in our own place, still trying to reach the future through the past, still trying to carve tomorrow from a tombstone. But hey, don't listen to me, 'cause this wasn't meant to be no sad song. We've heard too much of that before. Right now I only want to be here with you till the morning dew comes falling. I want to take you to the island and
trace your footprints in the sand. And in the evening when the sun goes down, we'll make love to the sound of the ocean. They're raising banners over by the markets, whitewashing slogans on the shipyard walls, witch doctors praying for a mighty showdown. No way our holy flag is gonna fall. Up here we sacrifice our children to feed the worn-out dreams of yesterday, and teach them dying will lead them into glory. But hey, don't listen to me, 'cause this wasn't meant to be no sad song. I've sung too much of that before. Right now I only want to be here with you till the morning dew comes falling. I want to take you to the island and trace your footprints in the sand. And in the evening when there's no one around, we'll make love to the sound of the ocean. Now I know us plain folks don't see all the story, and I know this peace and love is just copping out, and I know these young boys dying in the ditches. It's just what being free is all about, and how this twisted wreckage down on Main Street will bring us all together in the end, as we go marching down the road to freedom. Freedom. Very much. Wow. What a wonderful night to be with so many of my wonderful colleagues tonight. I'm just so happy. Thank you. Now, what are we doing here but blundering our way through things? And this is a song that I suppose expresses that. Okay. Johnny's got high expectations. He's gonna rise. And everyone knows that Johnny is ready. He's ready to fly. Up on the rooftop, he turns to the crowd. No one is waiting, no one is there. Nobody knows why Elvis threw it all away. Nobody knows why Ruby had to hide it. Nobody knows why some of us get broken hearts. Some of us find a world that's clear and bright. You could be packed up and ready, knowing exactly where to go. How come you miss a connection? No use in asking, the answer is nobody knows. No use in asking, the answer is nobody knows. Johnny will keep his illusions. What else can he do? You can't pretend that it would be different if it happened to you. But up on the rooftop, it's a whole other world. And who could see heaven? Not want to stay. Nobody knows why Elvis threw it all away. Nobody knows why Ruby had to hide. Nobody knows why some of us get broken hearts. Some of us find a world that's clear and bright. You could be packed up and ready, knowing exactly where to go. How come you miss a connection? No use in asking, the answer is nobody knows. No use in asking, the answer is nobody knows. Yeah, 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 yeah. The answer is nobody knows. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Nobody knows. Thank you, IMRO.